This is the type of trip that I love. So we're on the Withlacoochee River and we're headed up Gum Slough. I don't know really how far we need to go. I still need to check maps. I don't know where we're sleeping tonight. I don't know anything about this. So this is the type of trip that I like. All right, to give you a quick overview of the trip, this is where Turner Camp Road and Gum Springs is in relationship to Florida. And then if we zoom in, this main body right here is the Withlacoochee River. And then this all right here is Gum Slough, and then Gum Springs is right up here. So Gum Slough has all these different little fingers, which you can kind of see running through the woods here, and a bunch of different choose your own adventure paths that you can take. There is a main one that I take up to the springhead, but on the way back, I come down the other side and try and venture through this mess and find my way out, which was pretty fun. So enjoy. Howdy folks, my name's Casey. I'm here to take you on a little adventure. On these logs over here are 2 alligators. I'm getting ready to go in. So I was lucky enough to have a local come down to the boat ramp while I was there, and he let me know just some minor details about this trip. He said it's going to take me about 5 hours to get to Gum Slough, or to get to the spring. And it's noon and the sun sets around 6. So we got enough time to get up there, check it out for a little bit, and then find a place to sleep for the night. Check out how gorgeous of a day this is. The temperature's in the 60s, the water is glass, there's no rain predicted. It's a perfect day out on the water. So there's a giant alligator on a log back in here. We'll see if I can get close to it. Oh, he's not giant. He's a 6 or 7 footer. It should be center of the screen right there. Let's go see. All right, I'm probably gonna make too much noise as I approach him, so he'll launch off. But yeah, pretty cool. When I stop, I'll see if I can zoom in on him here. Yeah, he's got nowhere to go. All right, can you make him out there? All right, I'm gonna leave him be. He looks very comfortable. His legs just draped over that log. All right, so right here is Potts Preserve Campground. My voice is really echoing through everything. And it looks like a nice little spot, but that also means that we're very close to the entrance of Gum Slough. And it looks like they have campsites right on the river. As I was pulling up here to check it out, I ran over a fire pit. You see the fire ring right here? That's funny. This is a pretty cool little area. You got your parking lot right here, and then different picnic tables with fire rings. And that picnic table is missing. And then you got one in the center. Really nice field to hang out with, throw the football around, do whatever. But pretty nice. All right, well, we're on a time crunch, so we're gonna get back to it. Okay, so with Potts Preserve right behind us, it looks like our entrance is right here. So let the adventure begin. Oh, a fish just jumped. But speaking of fishing, I got a new little ugly stick fishing pole, and then another little swim bait on there. So we'll give this a try, hopefully today. If not today, we'll try it tomorrow. Oh, can you see the ripples in the water? We just spooked out a huge alligator. It made so much noise. But, all right, so far so good. I don't know if you can see the water line. You should be able to see it. So the floodwaters have gone down about 2 feet from their high point. So I don't know if we'll have trouble with the logs still, if the water's up high enough to float over them where the downed trees are, but we'll find out when we get there. So it looks like the biggest concern that I have right now is finding a place to camp, because it is pretty flooded. There's no dry land where there's normally dry land. So we have options. We can hammock up on the trees, find a root pile or something that we can get some footing on, but I don't think we're gonna be able to tent out here. I brought both setups because I wasn't sure, but it's pretty obvious that finding dry land is gonna be an issue. Yeah, like you see that mound right there? Then there's a tree on the right and a tree on the left. I might be able to string a hammock up over that, or even on a big tree like loop down off of a hanging branch. We got possibilities. I was a little worried about navigating through here because if you look on the map, it shows like a bunch of different fingers of the Gum Slough coming down. But this right here is pretty easy. All right, so I just checked the map, and the reason why it's so visible or obvious where we need to go is because it's pretty wide right in this little section. But we're gonna come up here and then bank right, and then it's gonna narrow down. But you can see already it's starting to get narrow, kind of hard to tell where to go. All right, so I think this is one of the right-hand turns. It looks like the slough is over on this side. Pretty cool little spot. And somebody likes me. I got a message. So here's a spot that looks like we'll have to get out and drag the kayak over. This big tree right here fell across. The whole root structure and everything came out. Yeah, we'll just have to go through that little hole. Actually, I think I'll go over the roots. Well, I'll try to go in the middle first and then see what happens. This way. Let's see. Oh, I see it now. Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. Yeah, so there's been a couple down trees that we've been lucky enough to have just enough water to get over them. And I haven't had to get out of the kayak yet, but we're about an hour into the 5-hour trip. So we'll see what's ahead of us. Oh yeah, this tree up here is definitely going to be a get out tree. Unless the water's high enough to go around the top of it. Might be able to cut through the forest. Yeah, so I think we can go around right here. It's gonna be a little tight. Oh, I could be wrong about all this. Yeah, okay, this is not. Right, yeah, not what we want to do. Back out of here and try again. All right, so I might be able to get out and then push the kayak under and around. A little bit of a mess here. So tree we gotta go over. All right. All right, so I'm at here, but I think I might be able to go around the root structure and come out right on that other side. I can give that a try. Yeah, just a little bit of water. All right, success. We made it around. So we're coming up on some more trees that we got to navigate through. The birds are going crazy. But this water is starting to turn really clear. It's pretty nice. All right, I'm coming up to a Y right here. And the guy that I met at the boat launch said that you'll have to make a right. Actually said I'd have to make 2 rights. I'm going to assume this is one of them, and I'm going to take a right and see what happens. Yeah, so when I said that Gum Slough kind of opens up in different channels, take a look at this screenshot of where I'm at right now. Actually, I'll put it right here. But you can see that, you know, there's plenty of options, and I just happen to be on this one. It's the widest one that I've seen so far. So cool out here. Yeah, look at this jungle that we're going through. I love it. Check out the scenery. I don't see any wildlife in there, but the water is getting crystal clear, and it's really starting to flow too. You can kind of see it on these branches. So I think we're getting close. I haven't checked the map in a while, but it's starting to feel like a spring. I am loving this Tarzan jungle-like atmosphere. It's so cool. Look at that. Nobody else back here. Just wild. Florida is awesome. Oh man, I just saw an alligator swimming right beside me. Check out this footage. Hopefully it came out. I'm not sure how much further we have to go. It's been, well, it's only been an hour and a half, but I know I'm making pretty good time. So I'll get back to it and see if we get to that spring soon. Well, this was quite difficult to get around to the other side, but looks like the river's at 2.5 foot. So seriously, it took me like 5 minutes to get onto that side of the sign with the branch and the current and everything. So, all right. Wherever that sign is, it took me an hour and 35 minutes to get to it. Look at this house. How cool would that be to have property right on this Gum Slough? That's awesome. Looks like power's run to it. That almost looks like an anchor cable. It's not really doing anything. Huh. Oh, they had a zip line. That's cool. Yeah, it's a zip line cable. The zip line mechanism is hanging out in the center there. It's pretty neat. Yeah, can you see it there? Wonder who the last person was that used that. Hope they made a big splash. Oh, there's some big fish in here. I just saw one that was well over a foot long. Big, thick, meaty looking fish. But I broke my line coming through one of the branches. It snagged the line and popped it. So I have to restring my lure. But yeah, there's plenty of fish in here. This is really not what I was expecting. I mean, it is so open and beautiful out here. I was expecting a lot more close quarter paddling and kind of like the mangroves. But this place is really open. At this little island here, I wonder if there's a spot to camp on that. I'll have to look at that as I pass. This old cypress, pretty neat. The gator just went underwater right here. But it swirled right next to me. Swam away, I don't see him anymore. It's crazy how such big animals can hide in crystal clear water. Wow. He must have just gone down into that growth that's down there and just stopped moving. I'm drifting over that way, we'll see. He must have gone over the top of him, he just moved over there. That was a pretty good size one. I don't know how big it was, but enough to swirl a whole lot of water when it moved. All right, well, we've been pressing on for just over 2 hours now, and I checked the map and it looks like we got maybe another hour to go. So we'll do it in 3 hours, which is pretty decent. Now you can tell I'm drifting backwards. The current flow is really going, so it's a workout. It really is. So, but we're almost there. So. All right. I just had to pause again because the way this looks. You know, I've kayaked a lot of springs, and this one is really close to being the coolest one I've done. And look how pretty it is, and crystal clear. Nobody's out here. Tons of fish in here. Like, this is just fantastic. Well, here's something you don't see very often. There's a dead deer right here. And get close to it. So it is hunting season, so that someone must have shot it and it made it out to here. Oh yeah, it got shot in the guts. I can see the belly is just torn open down here. I'm surprised it ran as far as it did with that big of a hole. But let's try and pull its head out and see what its antlers look like. Whew. Holy smokes. That is a big old deer. Man, that is a nice wreck. This thing didn't die more than, I mean, it's still in rigor mortis. I mean, the hunters could be looking for it right now. All right, so where I found the deer was right about here, actually maybe right about here. And you can see this clearing right here. So the hunter could have been possibly hunting this clearing or this little clear patch here. And then the deer ran and fell here. And then just around this bend is the actual spring head. So Gum Spring is right here. Ah, we just made it to the springhead. That was quick. It took us 2.5 hours to get here.
I don't care.
Not too bad.
If we catch nothing, it doesn't bother me. I don't care if it takes all day. No urgency. I don't care if the fish don't bite. It's gonna be alright, because my worst day of fishing beats my best day of working any day. No phone calls, no cubicles, no friends in distress. Quitting time, gonna toss in my line and put my mind to rest. Come on, fish, put up a fight. I've been working up an appetite, because my worst day of fishing beats my best day of working any day. The company's stock price on the rise. I set my eyes on that prize. A new bass boat, good friends, and smooth water. Fresh air and under the sun, drinking beers and having some fun.
All right, well, the spring is very cool. It's crystal clear. There's good flow coming out of it, lots of fish. But that deer keeps, it's like in my head. I want to go look at it again. So the spring is neat, and we also need to find a place to camp too. We got about 2.5 hours before dark. Whew, this ride back to the deer is super easy. I don't have to do anything, just ride the current. Man, this hunter has to be just sick that it lost this thing. That is just a beautiful deer. I hollered out pretty loud and just to see if any hunter was in the area who dropped a deer, but there was no responses. But I guess the alligators will get it now, so it's not really going to waste being in the water like that. Yeah, something will feast on it. So the day is wearing on super fast because it's winter. The whole time change thing makes no sense to me. But here we are, 3 o'clock, and I know that sun's going to be going down soon. So we're going to head down, and there's a couple spots that I saw, and one of them had a little bit of dry land, so I think, and 2 trees to hang a hammock on. So I think that's the spot we're going to aim for. Some of these alligators are so big. Just went back under. Oh man, that was a monster one too. Wish I could have got a better shot of it. All right, well the question is, how nice of a spot do I want to find? And I really don't need it to be nice, just kind of dry. So I see this tree and this tree right here. And I think I can string up between them. And it looks a lot further apart than it really is because of the way the camera is. So yeah, I think we're gonna do that. It's got a little bit of dry land right there. That'll be nice. And that'll make a nice little home. Get all that set up. We can get some food and then restring the fishing rod. Maybe fish right behind me. So sounds like a plan. All right, so you're not gonna be able to see right here, but there's 3 little baby alligators. And if there's 3 little baby alligators right there, there is 1 big mama somewhere nearby. Those things are not even a foot long. They're super tiny. So although this would be a cool spot to camp, the hungry mama or protective mama is going to be a concern. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot on out of here and find another spot. So I just pulled up to this spot that looks pretty nice. And right when I got here, I got deja vu like crazy. That was really strong. That was crazy. But this spot looks pretty good because we can use this tree over to this tree. Just got to break some of these branches down. Shouldn't be an issue. The water's really deep right here, but right next to the kayak are some roots, so I can step on the roots. So we should be good. And then the kayak doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere. I'm kind of in this little spot right here. So we'll just tie it off and be set. Okay, so this space doesn't offer a lot of room, but we do have our hammock hung up. And we got the underquilt. It's supposed to get cold. It was in the 30s. It was 37 degrees yesterday morning. So I brought my warm sleeping bag and the underquilt, so I should sleep pretty warm tonight. So, all right, well, now I'm hungry. So I guess I'm gonna sit in my kayak and do dinner because there's no space up here. All right, let's see what we got in here. Did get some new mountain houses. Oh, my bag got wet. That's not good. I'll just have to prop that stove up a little bit to correct that angle. But, oh, that's wet too. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. See if we can get just enough spark to get this going. Oh, I saw spark. Just need to heat up that flint. Dry off that striker. A little spark every now and then. Now, I do have 2 more lighters in my gear, just in case this ever happens, and they're in my waterproof bag. One's in my waterproof bag with my electronics, and another one's in my waterproof bag with like all my general stuff, and that's inside of a Ziploc bag too. So if I can't get it, I can use one of those. I just want to see if I can get this one working. All right, I couldn't get it. I had to go for another lighter. All right. All right, there we go. So I keep moving around and almost dumping this water, not really paying attention, but all right, we're hot enough here. So, move the stove down to there. Food takes that spot. Oh yeah. And just enough, but not too much. That should do. All right, now I know that chili mac's gonna be good, but that's not gonna be enough. And since my saltines are wet, I'm gonna go ahead and eat my sardines now, and then eat the chili mac after that. So that'll be a good meal. Plenty of calories. And these King Oscar Mediterranean style sardines, somebody recommended me get the Mediterranean style. Thank you, whoever that was. These are really good. There's all kinds of seasoning in there and olives, and yeah, they taste really good. So it didn't last long. But 2 big things were fighting just right over there on the other side of the bank. Made some grunt sounds, almost like a deer grunt. But whatever it was like rolling on the ground. You could hear him like thumping around. It was quick and it's over, so I guess they made up. I'm gonna eat this chili mac. I got like the perfect amount of water in here. You can see. But that'll be tasty. And then I'll get everything cleaned up. I kind of shotgunned everything out onto the bank here. So get everything cleaned up and then climb into the hammock once it starts getting dark. All right, so it's about 5:30. Sun's going down. And we're going to be isolated on our little island until the sun comes up at about 6:30 in the morning. So we got 13 hours to kill on this island in the dark, and I don't really have much to do. So probably try and sleep as much as I can. But you can see we got water coming down here, comes through here, and then we got a T, and then behind us we got a cut right here. So looking at the map right here, you can see that I kind of made an error and I'm going towards the fingers that are on the left, and I don't want to do that. And actually on that image it'd be on the right. So I want to go in the morning back up river and then cut back onto that main channel and come back down. And that way I know that I'm going to get out just fine. So, but for now, I'm just going to chill in the hammock, listen to the animals that are all over the place making noise. That's pretty crazy. And see if we can't get some sleep. I'm always too slow. I just found the setting on my camera. It's dark out here, but it seems really bright. But the animals are insane here. There's just so many of them. I'm just glad I'm on this little island because I could hear them coming, I guess. But give me a second to prepare. But my finger was burning, and I remember poking it when I hit a vine when I first started, and I was looking at it, and I was like, man, that little poke is starting to hurt. And it was a slice, so I don't know when I slit my finger, but maybe on the sardine can or something. But yeah, it was bad enough that I'm put some Neosporin on it and put a Band-Aid on it for the night. I know Band-Aid won't last, but so many sounds. All right, it's about 6 and the sun is setting. And there's a bird that's just off here who is not happy that we're here. He keeps like barking at me. But hopefully the night goes very quietly. I get tons of sleep, which would be awesome. And then I will see you all in the morning. I can see my breath. Not that it's like freezing cold out here. But it's, yeah, the right temperature. The sound out here, every little bump, my voice, everything carries like really far. So like every little splash in the water, every tree break, like it really makes me feel small, you know. I'm a big guy, but yeah, being out here just makes me feel small. But I like it, you know. We don't grow in comfort, we grow in, you know, pushing our limits. So that's sort of what this is for me. All right, well, I'm gonna climb back into my hammock and hopefully get used to these sounds and get some sleep. There was something walking around back here. Yeah, so I can hear it just on the other side of the water there. What is it? I really should have charged my big light. Used it a lot when we were hiking on the trail. I don't know what's over there. There's just so much activity tonight. It's crazy. It's cold. I figured everything would be, you know, kind of hiding right now. I guess the cold's got everything moving, trying to stay warm. All right, well. If I see it, I'll try and turn the camera on. A lot of things in the swamp. Alright, it's about 2 in the morning. I just got woken up again by something walking around over there. And it wasn't scared of me. I was making a bunch of noise. And it just kept milling around over there. So, you know, I've spent a lot of nights in the woods. And I've had nights that are super peaceful where I go to bed and I don't wake up till the sun comes up. It's not very often, but I have those nights. And then I have nights where I get woken up by armadillos, rocking through the palm leaves and stuff, and they're loud, but nothing too bad. Raccoons. But out here in Gum Slough, it is a lot of wildlife out here and very active. It's really cold, so I don't know if that's making them move. I thought it would make them kind of bed down a little bit, but yeah, a lot of things moving out here, keeping me awake. I think if I ever do Gum Slough again, I want somebody else with me just to talk to, because the human voice kind of makes the animals go away. So that's why I'm talking to you right now. All right. Well, it's 2. I'm going to try and get some more sleep, see if we can make it to 6. All right. There's the sunrise for you. I have the filter on, so it's much brighter than it is in real life. Well, I did not sleep well. There's too much happening. But now I'm up. I'm king of the jungle now. All right, well, I'm up and I got my camp torn down. I mean, everything still has to be loaded onto the kayak. But I'm not really hungry, so I'm gonna, I think, finish off the saltines, and then I'm gonna have some coffee and get everything packed up and hit the road. Well, I didn't film it, so it's hard to believe me, but that took a lot of effort. But the kayak's loaded. I got my life vest, my coffee, and my paddle. And I changed my mind. I was going to head back up and take that main channel down, but that takes the adventure out of it, right? So I'm just going to head out right here and hang a left. There's plenty of water flow, and we'll see what happens. I mean, we've got to make it to the Withlacoochee, right? All roads lead to home. Kind of cool. You can see the steam coming off the water in the sunlight. All right. Goodbye, campsite. It's been fun, but on with today's adventures. Well, step 1 is to get through this little narrow channel and into this bigger one. And we'll see where that takes us. Okay, not bad. This is pretty cool. It's got the smoke rising off the water here too. And there seems to be a pretty steady flow, so we'll be able to follow this. Well, someone else has been here. The pontoon boat. There's no motor on it or anything. It's been sitting there for a while. Check out this tree right here. That's a huge root structure. Must have been a cypress tree. It's growing in the water. Well, this path that I took has turned into just an open swampy area. So I might be able to push through here just a little bit, but I'm definitely no longer in the main body of water. Okay, well, let's see what we can do. And my guess is that pontoon boat didn't come up from the Withlacoochee this way. It might have come up the other side and then down is probably what happened. So I might be pushing myself deeper and deeper into an eventual U-turn where I have to go back up and then over. But no, we got all day, right? Oh, this nice flower out here all by itself. Right in my face. Look at this down tree right here. Blocking the whole path. Alright, so we gotta get out and make this happen. But I'm bound up here. Let's see. Doesn't look too deep. I don't see any alligators lurking. Whew. So we're about knee deep here. It's so low the seat doesn't even fit here. gear. All right, so it went. Now I can go. At least I can try to get under here. Yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta get wet for sure. All right. So we know that there's a lot of alligators in here. I don't want to spend too much time messing around. Just get out and then get back in. All right, so I don't know what all of that is usable footage, but I had to get almost waist deep in there. All right, so this way was not the good way to go. This water's pretty deep right here. And I gotta get out for this tree. It's waist deep. So, get the kayak over this one. There's one right in front of it. Yeah, so we're stuck in between the two. Over this one. Whew. All right, so we went over that one, then we gotta go under the next one, which is right up there. All right. No, it's still on there a little bit. All right, now we're off. This is gonna be a workout. All right. So it's really deep here, but I got this log that I have to get the kayak under and me over. So I think I might go over right here and then slide it under. But I got myself on to the log and tied the kayak off just so I don't lose it. Now I gotta try and shove it under there and then bring it back on the other side somehow. I made a bit of an error. My paddle is barely on there. I just need to drop my butt in there nice and evenly. Oh man. All right. Success. Well, this choose your own adventure is quite the workout. Now I just hope we make it back before dark. Man, I'm starting to kind of regret my decision to go this way. I got this log jam right here, and then just beyond there I can see it's just down trees all over up there. Okay. Okay. I don't want to lose that. That's really all the weight here. So hopefully I don't lose the camera because it's pretty murky water here. I keep getting wedged in between the two pieces here. All right, well, it's teetering. All right, now my gear's in the way here. you can see, I got it wedged. I need it to slide up more. I can't film. I gotta mess. I should have ate breakfast. I wasn't hungry this morning, but I'm getting hungry now. I might check the maps or I'll push forward until I get to something that's more open, and then maybe reconsider eating. I can get some calories in my body. You guys hear that? There's a swamp buggy or something right over here. Some hunters, I'm guessing. That thing is a beast to get over. This is my first stretch without obstacles in view in quite some time. Well, I just checked the maps and I'm pretty sure I'm on that main part of the slough. The little feeder I was on with all that bramble kind of cut over and led to this, and here's another one coming out right here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm on the main deal here. But that was crazy. That was like really strenuous. It's cold and I was getting pretty sweaty, and I was, you know, chest deep in the water too with the alligators, and it's dark and I couldn't see anything. It's scary. It is really cool out here though. All right, so I just checked maps, and you can see right here, it looks like I'm on one of the middle fingers coming down. It's a pretty wide open body of water, and I haven't come across any more down trees, so I think I should be good all the way down to the Withlacoochee. Hopefully, we'll see. We should be out of here, out of Gum Swamp, in probably 30 minutes or so, I'd imagine. All right, in the distance, I see Potts Preserve, so we just got no more than 20 minutes till we're back at the car. All right, well, I found a good stopping point. There's a tree floating in the middle of the river here I can hold on to. I figured it's a good time to say thank you for watching. It took me a total of, my paddle time was right around 6.5 hours to get up and then come back, so excluding camping. So it is an all-day trip, but Gum Slough and Gum Spring is probably one of the nicer springs that I've, like, the entire trip. The most fun, the most beautiful, like the coolest spring run that I've done so far. So, but just make sure you have all day to do it. All right, so that'll pretty much wrap this up. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye.